With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luke of Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will. Hi, everyone.
All right, and yes, we are back. We're going to talk. Hey, it's been a while since we've done this, but it's a pure Green Lantern month, William. All Green Lantern issues. No 80-page giants. No secret origins. Yeah.
And I've looking back over 48 up to now. Marz left a pretty big mark on the franchise,
The Mars marker, are you saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about something in one of these one or two of these stories tonight. I think maybe influence something later on.
Cool.
Who someone else gets credit for. So. All right. Like I was telling you offline, yes, I did pick up Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 5.
And
all the other stuff's going on, but the first time we see our boy Hal, him and Barry are trying to free the other Justice Leaguers from their little prison worlds. So they're trying to snap you know who out of his little fantasy world.
Batman, my favorite character.
Right off the bat, Ray. So Core, well remember Hal didn't seem to have his ring, but he was like, oh, it's always been there. It's just like, I guess this world or whatever is just like hiding his perception of it. He's like, but nothing, he's like, but it can't hide from my will.
Okay.
So to snap Batman out of it, he makes constructs of the Bat family. So yeah, then we go back to
what's the relationship like between he and Batman now? That's they
haven't had a lot of interaction lately, but again here there's not a ton because after they free him, I guess off panel they freed like Wonder Woman, and is that the only other one they freed? But yeah, they go to free Superman, but Superman's like, I already freed myself.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was like, Superman was like, I had a version of my family here, but there was no Justice League.
That reminds me of the, For the Man Who Has Everything story from, that Superman Annual by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Black Mercy.
Oh, yeah. For the Man Who Has Everything, yeah. But no, I guess pulling a Hal Jordan, I guess Superman's he's like, this place is only a prison as far as our imagination will let it, as his eyes start lighting up. So I guess Superman's basically rocking the power of this thing Pariah has locked him in.
Nice.
But yeah, towards the end, the League's back together and going for Pariah, which Hal's with them. So basically, I think they have Hal and John with them.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, not a lot of action on that end. Well, I guess somehow Pariah was using like the energy from those. He was getting energy from the locking the Justice League in those prisons, and he's trying to bring back the original multiverse, like pre-Crisis on Infinite Earths, because that's because that's where his that's where his world and his family was. That pre-Crisis on Infinite Earths multiverse.
Well, doesn't it exist because all of them exist?
I don't know. I don't know. Even I don't know at this point.
I don't understand.
And then I guess this is interesting. I guess, the Great Darkness has taken over like Darkseid and a lot of the villains. Who's that up in the corner, Will?
Hey, that looks somewhat Spectre-ish.
I was just waiting for the next issue and just hearing Hal say, "You know what? I know the Spectre. Let me have a talk with them."
I got this.
Hey, you. We used to share a room together. Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah. 27 issues. It was fun.
I was in your head. You were in mine. Yeah, let's talk. Oh, but Lilith and I were recording Unlimited Justice this morning, among other things, and she was saying, "Enough's enough. We need more Green Lantern."
Wow, that's hardcore for her.
Well, she even said she's like, give me some like Kilowog and Chip, and I told her, I'm like, let's team these people up, and she was like, yeah, let's do it, because I told her all my lineups, everyone else, and then maybe give John something solo, and she's like, she wants she said she wants something for the female gaze, so she wants like a hot Jon Stewart something or other, and then the rest of them can team up. So
okay, cool.
So yeah, you thought it was bad, DC, when you had us on your bad side. Now you have Lilith Hellfire on your bad side. Oh, and don't spread this around, but kids, wink. But I know we were saying, she said, it's so bad over there, maybe she can get a job in the PR department over there. She's like, but just with what's going on over there, she's like, I don't know, woman of color, I don't know if I'll get in. I said, I'm like, here's what we'll do. Set me up to get the job, and then you just tell me what to say, and work it through me.
Be a puppet.
I'll be the figurehead. Right? Yeah, I'll be the figurehead. She'll be the real power. Yes, just like everything else. Yeah. So
anything Green Lantern else going on?
Not that I know of. Oh, I did send you that ad for that. What is that? It's like an all ages green or teen, or was it like a younger reader Green Lantern trade paper?
And I think I saw on Reddit there's like a Kyle Rayner action figure at Target.
Oh, is there? I think there might have been a new McFarlane toys or something, so there might be. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in person yet, but there could be.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person yet either. I think I saw a picture of it, but it looked like classic Kyle.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, there's a dearth of Green Lantern news.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. I was thinking the other day. Have you been watching Andor at all?
Yeah, I've watched the first 2 episodes. I've not finished. I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes behind at this point.
Yeah, because the first 3 came out that first week, and then what is it? Mm-hmm. So 4 or 5's out now. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. This is probably my least favorite of everything they've released lately. How about you?
We watched those, the 3 that dropped. We watched the first 2, and we just haven't got back around.
Yeah.
To it, so
that should tell you something.
That should probably tell us something.
I mean, those ones were, I think, slower than the rest even. But yeah, I mean, the whole series, it's not bad, but I'd say it's probably my least favorite out of everything so far. The Mandalorian, Boba Fett. What else?
It's probably meant to be binged instead of watched week to week. So if that's the case, why don't they release it all at once?
Maybe Disney won't let them. But Disney's not going to let them, so why do you make it,
Well, exactly. That means each episode should stand much more strongly on its own, right?
So. Yeah, and again, I mean, I don't think we're in the minority with this opinion, because it's like, I don't see a lot of chatter about this show either way. I know Lilith kind of agreed, so yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it. It's just not high on the list right now.
I mean, I'm not invested in Rogue One either. I mean, I've watched it twice, I think, maybe, but I'm just like, I mean, I know it's supposed to be, but it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I get you.
And again, I'm not hating on Star Wars. Like I said, The Mandalorian, I love that show. Boba Fett was good. Mandalorian season 2.5. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, I can't think of anything else from when's the Jon Stewart book come out? Is that next month? November
some point. Yeah, let me see. Let me hunt this down. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's in November sometime, so. Are you watching? You still watching Quantum Leap?
Yes, I'm enjoying that. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And States and I are going back and watching the older Quantum Leap as well.
Oh, you guys enjoying that?
It's goofy fun.
Yeah.
Although,
Again, it's late 80s, early 90s, so yeah.
It's 30 years old at this point. So
Exactly.
which is weird if you think about growing up, like in the 80s, I would never have dreamed of watching television that was 30 years old. Because that would have been the 50s, right? I wouldn't watch that stuff.
Exactly. I think it's different because we lived through that.
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes I'll sit there. I'll be like, "How come my dad watched these old westerns or this stuff in black and white?" But okay.
I get it now. I get it.
Yeah. Guess it was part of your early years. According to the blog of Oa, it looks like. Oh wait, no, that's Crisis on Infinite Earths. Hold on, I'm scrolling through November solicits. Justice Society of America #1 comes out in November, so there's Alan Scott.
Yep.
Look at Batman book.
What? I'm shocked. There's one of those? I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
I know, not since last week. Oh, okay, yeah, they're really going to make us wait. John Stewart, The Emerald Knight #1, November 29th.
Wow.
So
okay.
over a month until we get there, so.
6 weeks. 7 weeks. Wow. Okay. Nice.
And by the time you get your box, you'll probably be reading this around Christmas or something.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're waiting a little longer for that.
Oh well.
Maybe they'll let him set up some stuff that's coming up for Green Lantern since it's like close to the end of the year and close to the end of Dark Crisis.
So Dark Crisis should end early December, right? 7th issue.
Sometime in December. I know that. Yeah.
I mean, if this one just came out first week of October, then first week of November, first week of December for the last 2 issues, right?
Yeah,
theoretically.
Well, like Lil said, next time we get solicits here in a few weeks, we should be getting the January solicits. So hopefully, there's some good news there.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
I know. That's what I said. I said we better get a Green Lantern book in January. I said Will's ready to hang himself. All this man wants is a Green Lantern book, people.
Need a Green Lantern book. Get on that, people.
Exactly. Oh wait, what's this headline? I swear. When I'm just looking up the date for. Let's see it there. Look at this headline: Nightwing in Dark Crisis 7 leads to the dawn of the DCU.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but Dark Crisis #7's out December 20th.
Okay, right before Christmas then.
Yep.
Is it like a double-sized issue or?
Here, I'm reading this now. I'm not sure. Out December 20th. And DC would like you to think about what happens next for 2023, calling it the dawn of the DCU with Nightwing on point. Oh yeah, I did see the cover. I mean, it's basically Nightwing just like kind of like glowing and floating behind the words dawn of the DCU.
I know how much you love Nightwing, man, but DC's focus on him would have me worried.
Yeah.
As a fan.
I know. I'm like, don't kill him to start a new multiverse or something, please. I don't think, because I think people are starting to get burnt out on Batman. They need Nightwing.
Yeah. And Green Lantern.
Wait, what's this? The exciting. With DC posting 4 connecting variant covers highlighting what DC calls the exciting next chapters for DC superheroes. And it says, let's take a look. And it says that's all the DC icons. Half of Hal Jordan back as Green Lantern proper. Because I think Barry and Hal share a cover. So, beardless Aquaman. All right.
Okay.
I love how they say not a legacy character in sight. They said unless you count Hal Jordan and Barry Allen.
Okay.
The Great Darkness is defeated. Remember that. But the final war has only just begun between the remaining heroes and Deathstroke's Dark Army. Who will be left standing? The Justice League and the Infinite Earths have returned, but at what cost? Do not miss the shocking conclusion that launches the DCU into 2023. And nothing will ever be the same again until the next event in 3 months. We're really... listen to this. With a premium foil variant cover for Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth 7 is a tribute to George Perez.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it looks like it might be a George Perez, maybe even art. So yeah. So they're giving it the foil treatment.
Okay.
So don't complain about it, or else they'll be like, "Didn't you love George Perez?" Oh, no. I guess it's some kind of weird, like collage, because I guess each character or something's drawn by, like, different artists or something.
Oh, okay. So it's
because it's
a jam
like
piece.
Oh yeah, because there's a big long list. Because it's like, yeah, Monitor and Anti-Monitor drawn by Jim Lee and Scott Williams. Trigon drawn by Todd McFarlane.
Wow.
Because did you see that in December? I guess we're getting a new Batman Spawn crossover.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
So, because that Batman really needs some more attention.
Absolutely.
Oh, Dark Side by Walt Simonson.
Cool.
The Spectre by Alex Ross. There's a bit. Yeah, we'll be here all night if I read this list. But yeah, there's a big list. Brother Blood, drawn by Daryl Banks.
Very cool.
So we're bringing Daryl Banks in.
That's a nice segue into Green Lanterns numbers 121 through 124.
Yes. Oh yeah, we're already like 17 minutes in. Okay. All right. See. Us old men can talk. All right, so yeah, like I said, 4 straight Green Lantern issues, no specials, no secret origins, nothing. All right, so remember where we were last week. Kyle Rayner was shot in bed, and then he was being cared to by John Stewart in a green Donna Troy.
That's right. Which I wasn't able to read letter pages, so I don't know if they refer to it or not, but they do specifically call it out.
Did you see how they tried to retcon it?
Yeah.
All right, so first one is Green Lantern 121 from February 2000.
Wow.
New World. All right, here we go. All right, so yes, of course, writer for all of this one and all of the ones today, Ron Marz. Friend of the show, Ron Marz.
This is Ron Marz. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Penciler, Daryl Banks. Inker, Dan Davis. Colorist, Rob Schwager. Letterer, Chris Iliopoulos, and your 3 editors, Bob Schreck, Mike Carlin, and L.A. Williams.
Cool.
All right, so Green Lantern, Cal, wakes up not only find himself on a futuristic world, but he is also married to Jade. Cal tries to explain to Jade that the last thing he remembers is getting shot in the shoulder and that the two of them definitely were not married. But Jade does not seem to be too worried. Instead, her and Cal have to follow a call from Ganthet, who is in need of the Green Lantern Corps, which Cal is obviously leading. Ganthet informs them about a missing Green Lantern in the Aurelian system. Ganthet suspects that the controllers might be responsible, and therefore he needs the prime Green Lantern to deal with that. Cal chooses 4 additional Corps members, and they fly to the planet from which the ring of the missing Green Lantern is still emitting a signal. In a temple ruin on the planet, Cal and Jade find the dead body of the missing Corps member, and apparently he was killed by Effigy. He attacks Cal and Jade, but more importantly, Effigy seems to know something about Cal's amnesia. And Effigy is not alone. He has a whole Effigy Corps of his own. So, I mean, we see more of this Effigy Corps next time, but I'm like, Jeff Johns, you want to explain some things to me? I mean, come on.
They're a fire corps.
Red Corps?
They didn't have rings, though.
True. But
those wacky controllers, man.
Shut up, I'm trying to get Ron Marz paid. So, William, what did you think?
This is, I feel like this is an interesting way for Marz to kind of go out on the title.
Yes.
Over, this issue and then the following 3. The art's great.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Sometimes I think you have to be careful when you start messing with reality,
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, it's weird. We'll get to this next week, but it's like, yeah, there's one more issue for Marz like next week, and it kind of seems like a fill-in. So I don't know if they just had something sitting on the shelf, but yeah, these 4 tonight seem like his official goodbye. So do you think? I mean, we'll get into it as we cover the next 3 issues, but do you think this whole thing is kind of like him saying, "This is what I would have done if I was still here. I would have maybe brought in this. I had this in mind. Eventually the Corps coming back."
Maybe, but I also feel like he of anybody that's ever written Kyle always gets right to the core of legacy and living up to that legacy, which is
That's what he's doing right tonight, getting right to the core.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that Jade comes back, and there are rings involved at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily wedding rings, but
so that's another thing. I wonder if Judd Winnick like had that idea on his own, or like if he had conversations with Marz, or like read this and was just like, oh hey, maybe Ron had a wedding eventually on the books, so maybe I'll just throw that in. I
don't know. I mean, or it could have been editorial, kept that continuity going. I don't know. But I mean, it was. I'm still not exactly sure how the whole whatever the controllers did to him worked. I mean, he finds a way around it, but suddenly he's not in reality, then he is, then he isn't, then he is. It was a little confusing, but I don't know. Anyway,
I mean, it doesn't seem like basically like hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
I think are basically just trying to control his mind eventually.
Mm-hmm. And there is a cool part coming up in that 124 that I liked.
Oh yeah,
with the ring. So
yeah, something others have been able to do that he finally does. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get to the next one.
You bet.
All right, Green Lantern 122 from March 2000. Stand in the fire. Yeah, Marz again, Banks again, 2 inkers, Cam Smith and Andy Smith.
Okay.
And I think everyone else is the same. Green Lantern, Jade, and other members of the Green Lantern Corps fight Effigy and his own corps, created by the controllers. Cal still suffers from amnesia and thus is not able to understand how Fatality can be part of the Effigy Corps because she is supposed to be dead. But Cal feels that Effigy knows more about his amnesia and makes it a concerted effort to capture him. The GL Corps succeeds and brings Effigy back to Oa. Green Lantern wants to interrogate Effigy, but surprisingly, Ganthet will not allow that. Cal continues to feel uncomfortable with the whole situation. Therefore, he ignores Ganthet's orders and sneaks into the area where Effigy is being held captive. Cal asks Effigy straight up if this is real, and Effigy answers that it is not. Effigy wants Green Lantern to trust him on that. Cal frees him, but outside, Ganthet, Jade, and the Green Lantern Corps are already blocking their way. Cal and Effigy are able to escape from the planet, and Effigy explains that Cal created this imagination all by himself. To return to his reality, he shall step through a portal which Effigy shows him. Jade appears and wants to talk Cal out of it, but he resists the temptation of a life with her and steps through the portal. The next second, he wakes up in his apartment in New York where John Stewart sits at his bedside. So.
Okay. I was also just checking out, Effigy shows up again later.
Yeah.
In volume 3. And then I think also post Rebirth as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Like 1 year later, maybe? I was catching up on that. So what did you think of this one?
It was interesting because like what this summary even says, like Effigy's like, yeah, you'll have to let me out because, it'll be easier for you, the break to hold the further we get from Oa and stuff. And
yeah. Well, and I didn't mention it last time, but what do you think of all gnarled up Ganthet,
I mean, I guess, it maybe makes it a little more plausible. It's like, oh, some time has passed and...
Uh-huh. Because, he's typically not a guy to go in and...
yeah, exactly.
Tough with people, so...
I mean, unless someone just came up to him and physically attacked him. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, this gets us back to John Stewart, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Who we will see again in the next issue. Not necessarily be in the wheelchair. It's kind of going back and forth, right?
Well, yeah, reality will be flipping in and out. So, but yeah, I mean, that was a leap of faith because Cal was like, I could step through this portal and just like, it's a trap. It could kill me, but.
Yep, and he's back after being shot.
And yeah, like Effigy said, this whole thing's based, his imagination's running this thing. So, so pretty much, yeah, it's like Cal wants the Green Lantern Corps back. He wants Jade back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he must have missed Ganthet too.
Yeah. He wasn't even sure if he was still alive.
He might not be yet.
Yeah. At this point, he might not be. And at present, he might not be either.
And fatalities on the Effigy Corps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again, I think this was also a way for like Marz maybe to like go back to some of the hits too,
Yeah.
Fatality and
Manhunter Robot.
Oh yeah, the Manhunter robot. Cal should have been like, "Is it your head hanging on a wall somewhere in a museum?"
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it was interesting. But again, like I said, I don't know if maybe the whole thing was just Marz saying, "Here's what I could have done," or.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible because we kind of get to some of that, because the Guardians do come back, before the end of this series. And that's through Kyle, right? He has the power of Ion for a while, which we later find out is one of the, emotional, beings. So, plus we get Kilowog back.
Yes.
Before the end of this run.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say Kilowog's back before Hal's back. Yeah.
Yeah. Although we get Hal in the next issue, I think, or the fourth issue, third or fourth issue, for like a panel.
Oh yeah.
He's the Spectre now.
Oh yeah, I remember we got his Andurian and his little thing here. Not was it Tomar Boar?
Yeah. We got a whale Green Lantern, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and that one guy, none of them could pronounce his name, so it's just Lenny.
Lenny.
Yeah. So anything else, or should we go to the next one?
I think we can go to the next one, man.
All right. Green Lantern number 123 from April 2000. In Control. Some changes here. Okay, Marz and Banks are still here. Inker Greg Adams. Colorist Moose Bauman. Chris Eliopoulos still here. The editors are still here. So yeah, change up on inker and colorist, kids.
Cool.
Kyle Rayner has woken up from a dream in which which felt to him like a different reality. John Stewart is at his bedside. It was Dawn and Troy who called him to support Kyle after he was shot in the shoulder. As Kyle tries to explain to John what happened, Kyle finds himself in the body of Parallax battling the Justice League of America for a few seconds before getting back to reality. John is pretty sure that something else, ergo, the controllers might be responsible for these hallucinations. John knows himself knows the controllers all too well. He was a member of the Dark Stars, which were created by the controllers to be more proactive than the Green Lantern Corps. After having another short hallucination, Kyle turns himself in the Green Lantern. He flies into space and intends to find the controllers. As he comes near a space station, Green Lantern is opposed by Effigy. This time it is the real Effigy, although he seems very unemotional. Kyle defeats Effigy and then breaks into the space station to confront the controllers. So, thoughts?
This one was... He had his John Carter of Mars.
Yeah, you know what that reminded me. You know what that reminded me of the annual. In the paint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So
and then he had the Parallax. He had the Quick Howl. Where he was wearing classic costume.
Yeah.
This issue seemed to more be about getting him from here to there. It had some cool little scenes in it, but it was about moving him from the end of the last issue, coming out of the really inclusive, overall inclusive hallucination to just the little ones, and then getting him to the, the final point where he could attack the controllers, basically.
Mm-hmm. And I love when, John's basically, he's like, they're talking about, could it be the controllers? And he's like, could it be someone else? And Kyle's just like, my rogues gallery's full of like losers and corpses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Light and Dr. Polaris are too nuts to be big-time menaces. I have no idea what happened to Graven, and I guess Fatality's dead.
There you go.
I don't know what happened to Graven after I got flung into the 30th century.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when John gives him the whole talk about, the controllers are kind of, more hands-on. And we do get that nice Daryl Banks splash page of him charging the ring.
Yep, and that's actually been on a cover, I think, some trades or something.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
And then we get the same Kyle and John sequence in the next issue, but then it's a hallucination because John's walking around, right?
I think, yeah. But as he's flying that space station, it's when like he sees Hal.
Yeah.
With the gray hair and everything, just
yeah.
And then he's like, "Hal, what's wrong?" He's like, "You're not here, neither am I." But yes, he gets the big lava lamp space station.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Wait a minute, that's not what they have on Oa right now, is it?
Matt, it might be.
But yes, the guard dog is Effigy. But yes, he's really unemotional. Basically, just saying, "At present, I only serve the controllers. I serve the controllers." I love when they're fighting and Cal makes he makes a bow and arrow, and even the hat, it looks like Green Arrow. He looks like Oliver Queen. So Cal's able to like knock him out, and then cut into this, confronts the controllers by the last page. That's another good splash page. That last page where he's just like, "Let's talk."
Yeah.
So I think if nothing else, Daryl Banks was having fun on this issue.
Absolutely.
I mean, between splash pages and, hey, how about this scenario? Okay.
Sure, let's do it. Why not? It's a hallucination. It's fine.
You can draw whatever you want. So, what else? What else do you think, Will?
I mean, it's good solid issue. Gets us to the next, sets up the finale. So, we're in a good spot. Great art.
I'm trying to remember when we talked to Ron Marz. Did he say they kind of like pushed him out the door?
I don't remember. I think I'd have to go back and listen, but I think he was able to then go do some of the stuff he
of course,
to do too. Like for Dark Horse and like Cross Gen and things like that. So I don't know. I don't think it was, but I could be wrong. I don't really remember.
Yeah, go back and listen.
Listen to that.
Go back and listen, kids. I think it's like episode 51. Yeah, go back and listen because it doesn't seem like he's out of ideas or any. It seems like he still has plenty of ideas for Cal and this whole thing.
But Daryl Banks is gone too, so maybe it was just lucky timing that we're losing the artist and the writer wants to go do something else, so we'll just wholesale swap out the creative team.
Exactly,
and move on.
Yeah, we'll have to try to figure. I'll have to go back and listen.
Yeah, exactly.
And you should too, kids. All right, should we get to the last one?
You bet.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to check next week because I believe 125 is his last one, but I didn't reread it yet, but I think it reads almost like a fill-in almost.
Okay, I bet you it probably is.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, we'll get into it next week, but I don't know.
But also a lot of his issues, are standalone issues. He seemed to write a lot of standalone issues, so maybe that's what it was.
Or maybe they might have just had something sitting on the shelf and be like, you know what, he's leaving. Let's just throw it in.
Yeah.
Because again, even after that, I think we get like 3 fill-in issues before Jed Winnick starts. I wonder if they didn't have anyone on deck right away, so that I think they killed at least 3 months or so with fill-in issues. As we'll get to next week.
That's right.
All right, Green Lantern number 124, May. Oh, we're already at May 2000.
Moving and grooving.
Control Freak. Marz and Banks. Inkers Andy Smith by himself this time. Colorist Moose Bowman is back again, and everyone else still the same. Green Lantern confronts the controllers and wants to know what they did to him regarding his hallucinations. The controllers take Cal down easily and explain that they wanted him imprisoned in his own false reality. They are surprised he escaped that reality, but they still are sure that Green Lantern will be no threat to their future plans. When Cal awakes, he finds himself in shackles and there are some tubes attached to his naked body, and members of other alien species are sharing his fate. Cal does not want to be part of a mindless army for the controllers. Really? He is able He's able to free himself, and to the astonishment of a controller, Cal's mind is strong enough to resist him. So the controller orders other members of the Effigy Corps to take care of the human. But Cal is mentally able to make his power ring come to him. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
It would have been funny if he was just like, yeah, all those mental probes and fake realities you've been shoving into my head, it kind of strengthened something in there, so now I can call my ring. So thanks.
Thanks, guys.
may make his power ring come to him. He creates energy forms of other Green Lantern Corps members and is able to defeat the Effigy Corps. The controllers retreat with the warning that they will not underestimate Green Lantern again. Cal answers that they might face a whole Green Lantern Corps next time. So, yeah, I just got the feeling that, Ron Marz eventually would have got to a Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
At least a couple more
Rebuilt
Green Lanterns.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thoughts?
Yeah, I think so. I think this feels like it was planned as his swan song.
Yes, yeah. Especially
really
those last couple pages. Yeah, it reads as the goodbye.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's really pretty amazing because, Marz has been there have been a few fill-ins, I believe, not that many though, from issue 48, up to 124, 125 will be his final issue, right? Another one of those fill-ins. So, that's 77 issues approximately with that, maybe subtract a few for some fill-ins. So it's a long time to be on a book, right?
Yeah. But again, in the 90s and stuff, I mean, we did get people staying on books longer. I mean, Grunwald was on Captain America, 10 years? Peter David was on the Hulk for 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the norm, but I mean, even back then we got people on books longer. Now it's like you're lucky if you get a run for a year.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems that way. Now, I don't know where Banks went after this. Because I don't think he shows up in any other books. I don't know if he got out of comics and was doing something else, or
maybe,
what.
maybe because I don't remember seeing him anywhere either. So, wonder if he was just burnt out on the comics thing, or
maybe he was doing commercial art or something else.
I was going to say, maybe you think maybe
a lot more.
I was going to say maybe he found a job making more money. Yeah, because I don't think people ever get back then. Now people go get in the comics for the money, kids.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, again, beautiful artwork in this, especially him making all those Green Lantern constructs. But yeah, this is definitely written as the swan song, just at the end.
Which is interesting because, in just 57 issues, right? So less than, Marz's run on the book, we're going to be, canceling this series and relaunching with Rebirth. So he'll get the last 6 issues of this, I think, is 176 through 181.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think. And
then he'll get to just kind of, say goodbye again, which I think is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for, because I haven't actually read those, so I'm looking forward to reading those when we get to them.
Yeah, I read them too. It's been a while, but yes, I've read. Yeah, yeah, it is kind of nice. I guess they had enough of a heads up. They knew it was coming to an end for Rebirth, so let's bring Ron Marz back. Basically wrote the book on Cal.
Yeah. Literally.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
And see, now we're getting ready to get into the Winnick run, right?
Yes.
And then after the Winnick run, it's
is it Ben Rabb or whatever?
Rob?
Yeah, Rob. Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, there's it's only 50. That's 30 issues of 20 issues a piece for them, probably with some fill-ins, and then Ron Marz doing the finals. I mean, there's, I don't think we're going to get the consistency and, overall vision that we had for the last, 75, 76 issues, that we have with Marz. It's going to be hit and miss. I think, coming up in 150, he gets a new costume. And then, goes by Ion for a while, and then there's an Ion book after Rebirth. So.
Yeah. And I forget, is it the end of Winnick's run or Ben's run? I think, eventually he spends a lot more time in space, which is kind of when we get Kilowog back and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, and we get Jon Stewart, and we get, more Jade, and
heck yeah.
That'll be interesting. There's still lots of good stuff to come, but you have to give him props for being on here, for well over 6 years. That's pretty darn awesome.
And delivering quality product that long.
Absolutely. And, he worked with a lot of great artists. Banks did a lot of work on this series. And then, we had fill-ins. Jeff Johnson, the amazing Jeff Johnson.
Yes.
Filled in several times. So,
who will be?
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll be talking to him in November. Yes.
Nice. Not as part of Sector 2814, though.
Yeah, no. But again, we could talk to him about some Green Lantern, but we'll be talking to him about Wonder Man too. So,
yeah, awesome. But yeah.
I forgot to give you. I forgot to give you the good news. I got the official word from Lilith Hellfire. I guess Justice League vs. Legion of Superheroes #6 was officially Bendis's last DC book.
Bendis.
I guess that's going to make a lot of people happy, right?
Yeah, wipe that smile off your face, boy.
I really think he's a really good writer. It's just a lot of what he writes necessarily isn't targeted to me, and sometimes I think he maybe overstretches himself. But that's just my insignificant opinion.
Well, like Lil said, they should have made him maybe like like an editor, or the head guy, and just like have him like throw out the idea, but have other people execute the ideas.
Well, and I need to read that Justice League versus Legion, but it was supposed to be finished. Did 6 finally did come out? I got it. I do have it. I haven't read it yet.
Did it? I can't even. She said something about. I don't even know if it's out yet. Here, let me look this up. If it did, I can't remember. So yeah, that should tell you something. But yeah, whether it's out or not, that's his last DC. I guess she said. Did she say? Was it 200 or a little over 200 books he wrote for DC?
Wow,
since what, 2018, I think.
Over 4 years.
Something like that. Yeah. Well, again, he was on Superman, and at one point he had both Superman and Action Comics, every month. So he had that. He did he did Naomi. He did some of that. What was that imprint? But he did some Young Justice for a while. So. Mm-hmm. And he even wrote like a Batman special too. I think it was like they reprinted it, but I don't know if it was originally for like when they were doing those like Walmart exclusive books.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm sure Ray read it. The Batman. Oh yes, it's saying it came out September 27th. Why don't I remember that? Did I read it? Did I get it? I don't know. All right. So, anything else, William?
No, I'm just I'm amazed at how far we've come on Green Lantern. I mean, we started with #1 of Volume 3 after doing a little pre-work, for Green Lantern Corps and
after slogging through some Action Comics Weekly.
First rule of Sector 2814 is we don't talk about Action Comics Weekly.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the further we get from it, I mean, we don't have to.
Having said that, there is a Neil Gaiman story coming up, which was planned to be the end of Action Comics Weekly.
Hey.
Isn't it the Green Lantern Emerald Flame or something? It's like a big, thick one-shot. It has Superman and him going to hell.
I
can't remember. What is the name of that book? I'll have to find it. I'll look for it right now. But I think it was planned. It never got published because of stuff. Green Lantern Superman, Legend of the Green Flame.
Is that an old one?
Yeah, January of 2000.
I might have that. I think I'd have that. I think.
Yeah, it's got a big claw that has the claws going through Superman and...
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's ringing. Yeah, that does ring a bell. It's been a long time since I read that.
Yeah, it's been about 20-something years since I read it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Why, William? Do you want to do that for episode 100?
We can throw it in there, man.
I was going to say, hey, make a list. We could do a grab bag of stuff. I mean, I don't care. You know what we could do? Episode 100. We could do a couple issues from favorites of Hal Jordan's #1 fanboy there. Some of your all-time favorite Green Lantern stuff.
Well, no, because one of that's going to be Rebirth, so we're going to get there.
Well, as something that's not in the future. So,
yeah.
Stuff from the past.
Okay, it says here in the notes, I'm looking at comics.org, it says this story was originally commissioned for Action Comics Weekly to wrap up all the Action Comics Weekly stuff, but was not published due to continuity problems. So then later, because Action Comics Weekly would have been, 89?
88. Wait, it wasn't at 88 because wasn't it for the 50th anniversary or something?
Yeah. So they waited till 2001 and published, the story that they'd already finished then. And you've got, superstar writer Neil Gaiman. So that's cool, right? Yeah, we'll have to throw that one in there. throw that one in there at some point.
Who? Neil Gaiman? Who's ever heard of that guy?
I know. It's not like he's written novels and comics and
has TV shows based on his work now. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So do you want to know what we're doing next time? Well, I already kind of told you. Yeah. Green Lantern 125 through 128. Like I said, I believe 125 is Mars's last, and then 3 fill-ins. So we get a bunch of
4 more issues.
4 one and dones next week, kids.
Awesome.
And then in
ever closer to the end, right?
Yeah. Or the beginning, rebirth. And then in 2 weeks, Green Lantern 80-page giant number 3 and annual number 9.
Cool.
Which I believe is the last annual of this volume.
What was it? Was that a...
I think it's that Planet DC.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Like I said, I just picked that up recently. I didn't even have that in my collection. You know, it's when all those annuals that year had like new heroes from different countries and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember that. They had tried that earlier too with, like the yeah.
Will's like it's been a rough week.
We've been over that.
3 weeks, William, in 3 weeks. Oh wait, yeah, 3 weeks. Green Lantern Circle of Fire.
That's Brian K. Vaughan as the writer, correct?
Uh-huh.
Very cool.
And then let's see, yes, 1, 2, 3, and then yes, in 1 month, in 4 weeks, we will start the Judd Winick run with Green Lantern 129 through 132. So
cool. Yeah. 4 more issues.
That's right. All right. So, yes, send your thoughts. There's a month worth of shows, so send us your feedback. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Green Lantern Facebook fan group. Find links to all the various social medias for all the DC and Marvel shows we do. Yes, keep your eye on social media, because we have at least 1 or 2 new tricks up our sleeve for 2023, so stay tuned for that. Again, the YouTube channel, please, if you can, subscribe there. It's completely free. Every episode gets a video, so smash that subscribe button so you don't miss anything.
Smash it!
Oh, and William, I guess Lilith was listening to some of the September stuff. Do you know what she said her favorite thing was of the month?
What was it?
Our 2-part Wonder Man special.
Nice. That was a lot of fun.
And that's high praise, because she's not even necessarily the biggest Wonder Man fan, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. I mean, we went on and on.
The combined powers of 4 old men, yes!
That's right.
Yes, me, Will, of course, Ray, and yes, Justin himself.
My favorite biscuit.
So yes, YouTube channel. Once again, the Patreon. If you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we're doing this ourselves, paying for this by ourselves. Every little bit helps. $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And we're getting so close to the end of superhero movie brackets.
Oh my god.
We will find the worst superhero movie of all time. October will be Spawn versus Meteor Man, and then in November we'll take the Marvel, the DC, and the independent winner, the 3 of them, and crown our winner for the year.
You found your winner already.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's some stiff competition. That's all I'll say. So please subscribe to the Patreon or pick yourself up from Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/CapesandLunatics. And we're still trying, kids. We're trying to get our friend, the male model, Mr. Matt Kona, back to join us on this show. But until then, find him everywhere on social media at Matt Kona, MATTKONA. Keep hope alive. So yes, hopefully we see him soon.
Suck it, Lilith. See you later, bunkies.
He gives me his bone.
All right, now the busiest man in comics, Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of podcasting, master of Kickstarter. Where can people get a hold of you?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED. So that will get you to me at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and several other things that I think I've probably forgotten I set up. But you can also find out all kinds of great information about Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. The 4th issue should be going to the printer soon.
Yes.
And then it'll be time for a collected edition on Kickstarter. Ooh. So looking forward to that. That'll be fun. Let's see. Oh, you can also find out about Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And if you'd like to see me annoy, competent podcasters, you can check, besides Phil, you can check me out on Explain Yourself with Kevin Joseph and I, where we talk to Kickstarter comic creators who have live projects on Friday nights. It's kind of a lot of fun. And finally, obviously have great taste, so that means you love Quasar. And if you want to find out more about Quasar, check out the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org.
I hope it's going somewhere nice.
Lilith asked for that drop recently, so.
Okay.
I hope it's going somewhere nice. They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices. I am God.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I, of course, somehow, Jordan.
Cannot believe that line got past the comic.
A Marvel comic, yes.
Marvel comic.
Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four. I believe that was the Fantastic Four issue. Oh.
Obviously, editorial was not paying attention. I can't believe they're not even trying to enter our orifices.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Wasn't Tom DeFalco writing that? So did Tom DeFalco kind of edit himself that one? I don't know.
I don't remember which book that was from. I know it was Star Blast. Ugh, Star Blast.
Okay. 2 things before we leave. Okay, 1, I don't know if anyone's told you this, especially your wife, William, because wives don't understand this comics jazz, but I am proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
The Kickstarter, everything, yes.
Wait, what's the heart thing? There we go.
Your dad tried to do emojis, kids. And 2, I don't know, what his schedule's like or what comics he's into, but if Kevin wants to join us one week, yeah, just,
okay,
let me know.
Let him know.
We can give him the reading list, whatever we're doing that week, and yeah.
All right, cool, man. That sounds good.
You can annoy us both at once, Will.
My powers are great.
Get to meet the other man. All right, kids, coming back next week. Green Lantern 125 through 128. We'll bid Ron Marz adieu for now.
And it's been a good run.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe how close we are to the end of this series.
Oh already. Please! I can see that. I already see the saliva coming out of your mouth. Like, oh, we're so much closer to rebirth.
I do love rebirth. I wonder why that is, Phil.
I of course love a resurrected Hal Jordan. Oh my God, you're gonna tear him off the wall in that episode. All right, kids, come back next time, and remember, watch what you're sniffing, man. Good night. Hallucinations.
Hallucinations are fun.
Hi, I'm one of the High Priests of Khonshu Ray, and I have the sacred privilege of providing you, the loony listener, with a podcast honouring Marvel's very own Moon Knight. So join me and a host of others at Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or support the show by becoming a Patreon member. Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. It's time to get your Khonshu on.